course, just after I finished filming that part one of this, I realized there's a couple of other benefits to this idea. And one of them is very simple. Here's another photograph. I can now take this same effect and simply drag and drop it onto the other photograph, and the effect is there. If it's not the right size, because it's a little off here, you simply make sure it's on the layer mask, Command or Control T for free transform, and then you basically make it fit. So it's also very transferable. Now, not only that, but you can also take it a step further if you decided that you don't necessarily want it to be this nice even frame. Once again, free transform. This time, hold down the Command or Control key, and we can start to distort the frame. So we decide we don't want to make it perfectly even. We can certainly do that. So again, this whole idea of this using an adjustment layer as a way of doing this is very, very simple idea. Okay, let us go back to this original one now. We're going to do a slight variation on this theme. Just take it a little step further. Duplicate the background layer. I'm going to give myself a bit more room here because I'm going to do free transform. Hold down Option or Alt and the Shift key so I can drag proportionally from the center outwards. I'm going to make this considerably larger, which of course will lose some of the quality, but the point is we're going to use the same kind of border effect idea we did a moment ago. So this time I'm going to use threshold just to try something a little different. Actually, you know what? Well, we'll try it anyway. It won't be quite as interesting perhaps, but we'll get an idea. We'll just build on this as we go. So same idea now on this layer mask, but the problem is that the original photo is covered up still. So let's first of all, let's just finish this. We're going to do our little spatter filter to give the edges a little bit of that interest. Now this is Photoshop CS2, so of course I can just hold down Option or Alt and drag this same layer mask onto this layer. So now we end up with is a close-up view of the photograph making a border, and as we did before, we can now play with the different blend modes and opacities to try and get the effect that we want. In this case, I'll have to lower the opacity quite a bit just because that threshold made that part so much darker. So once again, that just gives you the seed of an idea. Now it's up to you to take this and run with it and do some interesting border effects just using one photo. I don't know if it was just me, but that seemed a little shorter than I thought it was going to be. I'm sorry, I apologize for doing that when you end up with like half a movie. That's just kind of bad. So I promise I'll do better next time. I'm Dave. We'll see next.